Prosecutors are calling it the largest case of data breach in U.S. history. A Miami man, along with two Russian conspirators, charged with making off with more than 130 million card numbers.
Now, what can you do to keep your credit information safe? Joining us now is Adam Levin. He is chairman of Identity Theft 911 and Credit.com. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
We got to talk about this case. It's a fastest guy, Albert Gonzalez. Back in 2003, the government said, hey, we know what you're doing. He said, okay, I'll work with you guys. Well, he worked with us, but then he went and did some freelance work under the alias Soup Nazi from the Seinfeld episode, got involved in working with these two Russians and just fooled everybody. The fact is that these guys are smarter than the feds who were trying to catch him.
There is no question that if you look at the history of data breaches over the past several years, the bad guys are probably 5 years ahead of the good guys.
5 years?
Yeah.
So we'll never catch up.
I don't know if we're ever going to catch up, and the problem is that there's way too much information about people out there. There's not enough security, and people are willing to give away way too much information about themselves.
We have McAfee, we have Symantec, we've got top security companies. Why is this so difficult?
You know, you always say to yourself, the weakest link in any security chain is human. It's not necessarily technology. And the problem is you have so many people that have stolen files, so many situations where proper security protocols have not been put in place. The government has actually cut back because of the budget disasters it's facing, and companies have been unable to pay for proper security.
What can people do to protect themselves? I mean, this guy got 130 million numbers.
That we know about. That we know about. So some of the things you can do. First, you got to look at your credit reports. You have to look at your credit as an asset and look at those credit reports as if you look at a statement from your brokerage firm.
How do we get in to see him?
Well, first of all, you can, under federal law, you're entitled to one free copy of a credit report from each of the 3 credit reporting agencies every year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you can go to the site called annualcreditreport.com, which is the government-mandated site.
Annualcreditreport.com, and that's for the freebie.
That is a freebie. And there are some states, I think Georgia's one, that you're actually entitled to more than one free copy of a credit report from each of the agencies each year. So check with your state law, and you'll find out whether or not, you actually are entitled to more. The second thing is you need to look at your accounts online every day. Take 5 or 10 minutes a day, look at your bank accounts, look at your credit card accounts. Just make sure that every transaction you see is really your transaction. Early warning sign for identity theft. Third thing is that in this environment, you may get calls from people that sound like they're the security department of your credit card company. Don't be so sure. If they ask you for certain information, say, wait a minute, you're my credit card company, you should be telling me. What I would do if I got a call like that is I would hang up, then I would dial the phone number on the back of my credit card, ask to speak to the security group within the credit card company, and then say to them, did you call me? Is there an alert on my file? Do I have a problem? Let me give you my information. But you've initiated the call. And the last thing is, don't fall for a lot of these phishing email that come. Because the email might look official, coming from an institution. They might say, hey, we had a breach, we're changing everything around, we're going to be changing information in your account. Please confirm your account number, your password, and whatever, and that's where people end up giving information to the wrong guys.
I used to get a lot of those from eBay, and it wasn't from eBay, because you'd notice if you read all the way through the text, 1 or 2 words were misspelled.
Misspelled, yeah.
And that's a #1 key. If you see anything misspelled, can't possibly be from the company itself.
Absolutely. And also, if you go online and you type in the address of a particular company, make sure you type in the right address. Never click on links, and sometimes a misspelling will take you to a clone site where the bad guys are waiting, and they put keystroke logging devices on your computer, and suddenly they get your account numbers and your password.
Wow. By the way, personal liability, is it still just 50 bucks?
Credit cards, yes, 50 or 0. Many companies have taken 0, and that's why it's very important to distinguish between debit cards and credit cards, because you have greater protection with credit cards than debit cards, and debit cards are the gateway to your bank account and the gateway to your life.
Ouch. Ouch.
Adam,
terrific
thank you.
Information. Adam Levin, thank you very much. Good to see you.
Company is ID Theft 911 and Credit.com. Thank you.
Very valuable.